This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Joe Tuger, attorney and guest host, and with me is Chris Favaloro, founder of Hoverowl. Welcome, Chris. Tell us about Hoverowl.
Hoverowl is a visual analytics platform that's focused on helping businesses, small businesses, large businesses, convert their website visitors into customers.
And how is it that a customer can find your company to be able to help them?
There's a multitude of ways to be able to find us. The easiest way is just go to Google and search for Hoverowl. You can also go to hoverowl.com, we're integrated with a multitude of different partners. If you're an e-commerce platform, you go to Shopify. If you use Google Analytics, you can also find us through there. So we integrate with a lot of different solutions. We're very easy to find.
Now, how did you come up with the idea for Hoverowl?
Hoverowl is a solution for solving a very specific problem. That specific problem is understanding what your website visitors do on your website. A lot of people own, if you own a sub shop all the way up to an enterprise insurance company, there's no way of knowing actually what people are doing on your website. So I've developed a tool, and this tool will actually solve that. So in short, what it does is it actually records every single visitor on your website, and you get to watch it like a video and understand what your visitors are actually doing and why they're not buying.
So, in other words, a business owner can have your product and see where on their website their potential customers are going?
Exactly.
And how does the technology work to do that? That sounds just so interesting on how we can monitor what people are doing on their own computers.
It's a very complex solution, but what we've done is we've simplified it immensely. There's just a little snippet that they take and they put it on their website. Once it's there, it does all of the magic for you. All you do is you log in, watch the videos, and see what your visitors are doing.
Now, when you say watch the videos, do you actually then have something that you're giving your customers so that they're actually watching as people visit their website?
So they would go to hoverowl.com, they would log in with their credentials, and they would see a list of all the videos of all the visitors that have been there.
And approximately how many opportunities would a business owner have to access your product? Is it unlimited?
Yeah, so we have different pricing tiers, and for every single customer, we offer a free 14-day trial. So anyone can sign up, anyone can use it completely for free for 14 days.
Now, how about any expansion plans, Chris? Any idea of where you want to go into the future?
So what we're looking at right now is expanding into A/B testing and more marketing-driven tools. So we're looking to be a suite in the analytical and marketing space.
Now, one of the challenges of interviewing people that do what it is that you do is you guys use a lot of jargon, a lot of very technical terms. So if we had to simplify it down to your standard business owner, what would you tell that business owner?
With our tool, you'll finally be able to understand your website visitors and why they're not buying. And we'll show you exactly how to convert those visitors into paying customers.
Now, one of the interesting things I noticed on your website was something called heat spots or hot spots, or what was that?
Heat maps. Heat maps is one of our features that we have built into the product. And it's essentially an aggregated report. So if you're a busy business owner and you just want to understand quite quickly how your website visitors are interacting with your website, all you do is you pull up the report and it has an entire heat mapped result of how your visitors interact via clicks, hovers, pinches, zooms, whatever technology they're using. You could see an aggregated report to understand what's important to your visitors and what's not.
So for example, if I have a website and I bring up your product and I am actually able to look at my page and see where my visitors are going on my page?
Yeah, you could see exactly to the pixel.
Wow,
where they are.
Now, how did you come up with the idea for this?
I was actually trying to solve my own problem. That's really what it was. I owned a website prior, and one of the biggest problems, I was running ads and no one was buying. And I asked the question, why isn't anyone buying? And there was no tools out there to solve this problem. With a bunch of research, we found some tools that were kind of not as good as what we would want. So I just sat down one day and just started writing code, and now this product exists today.
Now, obviously, your background is in programming.
It's in IT and programming, yes.
And where did you study?
I studied MIS at the University of Tampa.
Oh, so local.
Yep, right around the corner.
Are you involving the University of Tampa in any possible expansion or any opportunity for students to become involved with your company and grow with it?
At the moment, no, but that'd be a good idea.
So you come on the show and you get some ideas.
Exactly.
Now, as I understand, this is a solo practice that you have.
Yes.
You're on your own. Do you have any plans to maybe expand and hire some people in the future?
Right now, we're looking at raising a sizable amount of funding, so that's something we're looking at. We're going to different individuals and seeing what we can do. But yes, expansion is in the near future.
Now, have you seen any competitors come into the market to kind of duplicate what you're doing?
You always do. As soon as you start competing in a space, you start to see the competitors come out of the woodwork. There's a handful of competitors out there. They're doing a better job than these types of products were about 2 years ago. But I'd like to say we're still beating them.
Yeah, well, that's great. And when did you start the company?
We started a little bit over a year ago.
Great. Were you a student at the time, or?
I was not. I was a consultant.
Now, in terms of where you are able to target businesses, what type of business do you think could best benefit from your product?
A lot of our existing customers right now are e-commerce companies. So pretty much a lot of the shift from retail into e-com, a lot of these companies don't have an understanding of how their visitors actually interact on their page. They're so used to watching their real life visitors in their stores, they don't know how it works online. So our product actually solves that problem.
Now, off stage, we were talking a little bit about how you identify your company. I think you said it was like a hammer or a saw, like a tool.
It's a tool.
Explain that.
So we give you a tool, and the tool is Hoverowl. With that tool, you can use it in any way, in fashion, or form you would like. A lot of people use us for heat mapping technology to understand how their e-commerce platforms work. Some of them use it as primarily of a way to track how visitors interact with a specific page. So we give you all of the tools to do these, and it's up to you how to use them.
Now, do you also have plans for the future to maybe recommend how someone can redesign a website based on the tools that you're offering the businesses?
Absolutely. That's something we're working on right now is dynamic content. We would actually suggest what content you should update or keep, and in turn, you actually will increase your conversions over to customers substantially.
Now, have your current customers expressed to you that they're seeing big changes or that they're actually seeing improvements in how their website is being used?
A lot of our e-commerce customers are really enjoying what we're doing right now. They have so much traffic and so many visitors, the heat maps give them an absolute view of what's important to their customers and what's not. And with e-commerce, every penny matters because of their margins are so thin sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Chris, if an e-commerce business or just a standard brick and mortar business wants to get more information about your product, how do they go about doing that?
Quite simply, if you go to hoverowl.com, you can sign up there, or you could view our contact information at the bottom.
Yeah. And just one kind of personal question for my own edification. How did you come up with the name Hoverowl?
So Hoverowl is, I wanted to do a play on an animal, and there's a lot of unique ones. There's MailChimp, there's a lot of solutions out there that have a fun name, so I wanted a fun name. Hovering is the action you do on the internet, and an owl is one of the few animals that can hover above and view an entire city of how everyone's working and interacting with each other. So I kind of converged the two, and now you have Hoverowl.
Well, Chris, thank you so much. What you're doing sounds so innovative. If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.